us through your thoughts when you see these wildfires and these pictures coming out of Los Angeles and the rate at which these fires are spreading in.
You see, the warnings have been out from the fire science and research community for a long time that conditions like this will be more frequent. We heard it in the documentary before. The weather conditions, the climatic conditions are calling for these incidents more and more. The mix with a vulnerable population, exposed properties, settlements, infrastructure, and the terrain makes it a fantastic, and this sounds sarcastic, but a fantastic condition for fires like this. And there's nothing you can do in a responsive phase now. The only choice that people would have is shift completely to a proactive role in managing the land, managing the fuel, and accept that there will be fire in the future.
Right, and hearing that cry from that gentleman in that report saying that there must be something that we can do to mitigate the effects of these wildfires as they're experiencing it every year, if not multiple times a year. But of course, with the incoming Trump administration, many believe that that is unlikely to happen given their stance towards the climate crisis. How much of this is happening due to the climate crisis, though?
The climate is providing the, let's call it the enabling environment for these fires. But climate itself does not ignite fires, and climate itself does not contribute to spreading fires and to the intensity of the fires. And the resident that was on film here watering his garden, complaining about not enough proactiveness, is watering a garden that is very flammable in itself. So the proactiveness is not to be expected to come from the government only. It also has to be each and every resident in this area, and converting his own house, his own landscape, his own garden to a less flammable, more resilient structure, instead of living in a green, because they water it, flammable environment and then calling for proactiveness. The proactiveness has to start with every one of us in the first place.
This, of course, is having a huge impact on the wildlife and the ecosystems there across Los Angeles. How much damage are these wildfires causing?
As you can see from the pictures, also the picture in your background, these are fires with burning extreme intensities. They are way beyond the threshold of control. So the impact of these very severe fires can be in no way compared to the other extreme. If you would choose the time of your controlled burn, of your prescribed burn under mild conditions. So what we see here is effects that will recover, that will take a long time for, and very difficult measures to recover that landscape and to restore it before erosion sets in, before soil loss is even increased by rain and erosion, or maybe the invasion of alien invasive species that overgrow these areas. So it is a major task in recovery and restoration for these landscapes, let alone the infrastructure and the houses, of course.
Indeed. Senior fire ecologist Alexander Held, thank you so much for being with us here on the NewsHour and sharing that analysis with us.
Thank you very much.